I see you. I see you, man. Good day, good day, good evening, good evening. And welcome to another episode of Bandog Talk with the Dog God. This is brought to you by Formula One Canines, the home of the world's best working dogs. And definitely salute to you for showing up this evening. Kind of get yourself settled in. You know, if you got a nice little beverage you like to sip on, get comfortable. Get your ear set on. You're out there, working, doing, busy like I be all the time. Continue doing your work. Just go ahead and listen. Hey, Jay Charles, man, what's good with your family? Blessings to you, man. Thanks for showing up. We're gonna have a good episode tonight too, man. Some good information. So you definitely tuning into some good info. I had to rush around today. I had so much stuff to do today, Jay. I mean, like every day, brother. So much stuff to do, but I was able to do most of it and, still get here today or this evening to do the show. So I'm grateful, man. God is good. But, like I said, get comfortable. If you're in the field, continue doing your work, plug in and listen. If you like herbal sensation, man, get you a little stick or something. You know what I mean? If you like a beverage, get you something to sip on, and we're gonna talk dogs, man, tonight. We definitely gonna talk dogs. So, but big salute to you, Jay. Oh, excuse me, Joy. I'm sorry, Joy Charles. And matter of fact, I've seen you almost damn near every episode, brother, man. Salute to you, straight up, salute. And like I said, I'll go ahead and get started shortly. Got some good topics. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute, Joy. We just getting started with this band dog talk. Something that was on my mind to do for a minute. I'm just so busy, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of my associates and some of my few comrades, I only got a few comrades out here in the world. Those are few and far between, man. Some comrades, but they were telling me, man, like, coach, you gotta do a podcast, bro. You got so much information. You got so much in the field knowledge. You got to share that game you got. And so, here we are, man, with the band dog talk. So, watch, man. You've been here since day one. Watch us grow. We're going to grow. It's going to be some good information. That's for sure. So, what? Probably like another minute, man. We'll go ahead and get started. Tallest pit would be AK. Would be AK-47. He's 26 inches tall. So that's my double XL pit bull freaking nature AK-47, man. So yeah, he's the tallest pit bull that I have and ever owned. Freaking nature that boy is. Yeah, well, damn, for sure. Freak. I mean, true freaking nature, Joy. Straight up. It does everything that my standard pit bulls do. He's just bigger, stronger, and faster, you know. And what I mean by faster is not necessarily like faster in like speed running wise. I wouldn't say that. I got, I got some small standards. That's like my girl Tiny. She's super fast. She's probably like 35 pounds, 40 pounds type. She's super fast, real light on her feet. But what I mean by faster is like his reflexes is fast. His twitch muscles and that twitch, you know what I mean? The reflexes, that twitch muscle, super fast. I mean, probably one of the fastest on my yard. Just quick response, quick reaction. Like no delay in that boy's reaction is super fast. So that's what I mean by bigger, stronger, and faster. His reflexes. Yeah, Red Tiger, man. Hey, rest in peace, Red Tiger. You know what I mean? Like Red Tiger and his brother Brutus. Rest in peace, both of those freaks. But I got Red Tiger Jr. Just had him. I'm sure, if you follow me on Instagram, you done seen him. I done brought him back to life, and I put a brand new motor in that boy. Brand new motor in him, brand new intake into him. Tighten up his structure a little bit with Silver Bullet. Yeah, I'm so excited about that one. Red Tiger Jr. So excited. That was like Red Tiger's been deceased for like 2 years. So that's 2 years in the making. Trying to make that guy come back. I tried it with Tigress. I don't know if you've seen my American Bulldog bitch Tigress. I first, try to bring him back to life through Tigress, and that breeding didn't take. And I'm like, damn. And so, I recently did that with Silver Bullet, which would be considered Red Tiger's like great auntie. Yeah, great auntie, because Silver Bullet's dad is Red Bull, which is Red Tiger's great grandfather, and Silver Bullet is Red Bull's daughter. You see what I'm saying? So I went way back into the archives of the genetics and used Silver Bullet, which I added a pit bull to Silver Bullet to Red Bull's genetics. So I added a pit bull in that, and then brought it right back to Red Tiger. So I made Red Tiger Jr. using those, that genetic recipe. So yeah, be on the lookout for Red Tiger Jr., man. Next level. Like I said, rest in peace, Red Tiger. Rest in peace, his littermate brother, Brutus. Well, you know what, man? Let's kick this thing off. We say that. Well, hey, I'm gonna say this, fam. I've been selling to the public for only 2 years, and I've told everybody who's bought puppies off of me from these past 2 years that I'm doing promotional pricing, because I'm trying to get myself known, right? What I have to offer my dogs, the DNA that I have, what I represent when it comes to performance dogs. I'm trying to, get myself out there. So I have what I call promotional pricing on my dogs. So they're not as expensive as you might think. There's a cost to them now. They're not no backyard boogies, or they ain't no paper, back of the paper type dogs. But it's not what you would probably expect. You know what I'm saying? However, we're going to get into, in our topic today, we're going to get into, the end goal when it comes to these performance dogs, these exotic performance dogs, because, when you have a dog like a Red Tiger that has that wow factor, they call that the wow factor. You see him like, damn, that's crazy looking. and that dog can perform at a high level, breathe, functional structure, drive, stamina, working muscle, all those things, toughness, grit. If that dog can do all of the above and the key, when you have all those genetic, attributes, you need to have an on-off switch. That dog needs to know when to chill out, because that was the problem. And I mentioned that on one of my last, I think it was the last podcast we had about the no on-off switch. That was the demise of Red Tiger. He just was always on go and, overheated and had a heat stroke. You see what I'm saying? So, when you can take a dog that look like a Red Tiger but performs like a Malinois or performs like a pit bull, bruh, that's on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're gonna get the top dollar. You know what I mean? That's where it's gonna get expensive. And that's my goal when it comes to these dogs, family. I want to make a dog that looks like wow and performs like wow too. It just doesn't look like that. It's like, oh, wow, that dog look like it can do something. Yeah, it can do something and do it at a high level. So, yeah, it's not as expensive as you might think, though. Real talk. But hopefully soon, as the world catches on to what I got going on and the dogs that I have, I'll be able to fetch the price that I deserve, man, with all the hard work and all the money that I've spent over the years on these dogs and, my knowledge and how to put these dogs together. You know what I mean? Hopefully I'll get paid accordingly, if that makes sense. But all right, man, well, shit, man, we'll go ahead and kick it off, man. You know what I mean? We'll go ahead and kick it off. So today's topic is going to be, as you see scrolling down on the screen, man. Okay, Joy. I'm in California, fam. I'm in California, brother. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got shipping. I ship dogs worldwide. As long as you can afford your dog and be shipped, it can get to your doorstep, man. You pick it up at your airport. But if you want to come down, I always let everybody who buys a dog, if you want to come down, come on down. You can come up, pick up your dog. It's all good. See all the dogs, all the good shit. If not, we can have your dog shipped to your airport, man. I got a trusty shipper. Trust her. She's very good, very professional. Get your dogs right to you, man. So that's easy breezy. But I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to kick the ball off for us, man. So the topic today is going to be make performance dogs great again. Okay. Make performance dogs great again. And, there's a lot to that, that statement of making performance dogs great again. And, salute to Bandogs being something that us breeders or us dog enthusiasts who like performance dogs can get into, you know what I mean? Because there's no real parameter, other than, a working dog used for personal and property protection that's tethered and then released from that tethered when it's time to go to work, whether it be patrolling your property, whether it be, personal protection, bite work type of thing, and then of course it being a mastiff type dog, a mastiff mix, so, it's a blessing to be able to be involved in band dogs. And when it comes to making performance dogs great again, this is where, the essence of that can be restarted, because there's, plenty of performance dogs out there. And, band dogs aren't the only performance dogs. But at the same time, I personally want to make performance dogs great again. You know what I mean? Like put them in the forefront. And we know that, performance dogs aren't in the forefront. It's more of the designer dogs that are in the forefront, right? The designer dogs are the ones that are getting the top money, when it comes to puppy sales and dog sales, and performance dogs is right, unless you're getting something specifically. Let's say you're a hunter, you want a retriever. Let's say you're a sheep herder, you want a particular sheep dog that performs at a level. Then you might pay a couple more dollars for those type of dogs. Or let's say you want a personal protection type of dog that's already trained, so you'll pay money for a mature, let's say a 6-month-old, maybe even not even 6, maybe a year-old dog that's been trained, and you buy it already trained. You'll pay a top dollar. But for the most part, performance dogs, they're not fetching the dollar that exotic designer dogs are fetching, right? So that's where we want to make performance dogs great again. I know I do, for sure. Now, let's hit the first topic. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and let's hit this first topic, man. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so if you see down below, Joy, okay, we got what is a performance dog? Okay, not a working dog, because there's a lot of working dogs, right? But what we're talking about is performance. And performance is a level, it's a high level of working characteristics when you talk about a dog that performs at his job, right? So when I talk about performance, I'm talking specifically about, like, for example, if the dog is fast, right? How fast is it? Is it the fastest of its breed, right? Or if it's agile, right? Is it the most agile? Like, how agile is it? If it bites, how efficient is its bite? Does it bite hard? You know what I'm saying? It's awareness, right? How aware is that dog? Does it have high awareness? You know what I mean? The drive, how well-rounded is that dog's drive? Is it driven for this and not that? Is it driven for anything that you put it towards? See, that's what I mean by performance. Okay. Specific about its abilities at a high level. Okay. So when I say make performance dogs great again, dogs that perform at the highest level when it comes to its working abilities. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by performance dogs, right? Does it work at a high capacity? Does it perform its job at a high capacity? Does it do everything at a high level performance? You know what I mean? So instead of me saying high performance, because I say that when I describe my dogs so that you can understand the level. But when I say performance, it means high performance, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So that's what a performance dog is. And it's very important to understand that, because there's working dogs and then there's performance dogs. Like I said, there's cars that go, and then there's sports cars that go. So that's the difference when I say performance dogs. Okay. All right. So let's go here. Let's see what we got here, man. All right. What's the next topic we're going to hit? All right. So if you see down below, okay, it says, what are some of the popular performance dogs or performance working dogs today? Now, of course, the first thing that comes to mind is the Malinois, right? And what I mean by popular, something that not just the consumer, the average consumer. I want to say no, the sporting dog consumer is interested in, but as a whole, like for example, the Malinois is being used by the police. The Malinois is being used by the military. They're getting used by so many different agencies that need them dogs for their performance. You know what I'm saying? So definitely when we talk about popular now, okay, because there's a lot of performance dogs out there, but we're talking about popular performance dogs, right? And the German Shepherd used to have a wave, Joy. They used to have a wave, but these German Shepherds nowadays, I'm pretty sure you've seen those show type where they got the low rear, them like they're the low rider, they're low in the back and high in the front. That to me, it doesn't help the performance at all. You know what I'm saying? And they've kind of lost their popularity when it comes to, performance dogs. They are performing dogs, but we're talking about popular ones. But, the German Shepherd had his wave at one time. A salute. What's that? YouTube University. A salute to your family. Welcome, man. We talking about making performance dogs great again. So you just came just in time, brother. Let's see what else we got out there that's popular. Remember, we want to talk about the popular ones here. The Rottweiler, right? Those are still popular. That's a damn near classic dog, but still popular when it comes to its performance and still being used. We can go the Golden Retriever. We can go the Lab. These are still popular working dogs. They got them collies. I think those dogs are really smart, huh? Border collies, I think that's what they call them. Real smart dogs, man. Very intelligent dogs. A lot of the sheep dogs are still popular in the sense that they use them, performance dogs. So those dogs, right? So let's talk about the Malinois. If you buy a fully trained Malinois, right? Those dogs are going to fetch a pretty penny, right? Those dogs are going to cost you, anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 fully trained, the high-end ones, okay? Because those particular breeders, okay, they're doing the work for you to make sure that when you get this dog, it's going to perform at a high level. See what we're talking about with the performance? So you're paying for that breeder to train that dog before you get it to perform at a high level. Okay. So they're fetching those big tickets for those dogs. And you're getting that dog fully trained, right? Some of the like the Labradors that's used for hunting, if you buy them trained, I think you could probably get one for, trained for like 10 grand, maybe even less, you know what I mean? But you see with those performance dogs, right? The two that I mentioned, the Lab and then also the Malinois, for you to get that money that a lot of these designer dogs are getting, they have to come fully trained. See what I'm saying? They have to come fully trained for you to get that type of money, that $30,000, $20,000, that $10,000 ticket. Okay. Any other dog out there that's just a dog itself, that's a working performance dog, is probably not going to get that type of money, right? So those are some of the popular ones, man. And there's other ones out there, but at the same time, those are some of the popular ones. And I'm not really getting into all those dogs, but I just wanted to kind of give you an example of, the demand for those dogs. And then, of course, based off of the demand of them, the performance level of those dogs. Once they're trained, they fetch a high ticket for the sales. All right. So let's go to the next topic. Joy, you with me, family? You with me? You following me so far? Okay. So the next topic. Why the decline in popularity for performance working dogs? Okay, and I'm gonna be specific about this one. All right, hey, salute, family, salute. Okay, I want to be specific about this question right here. Okay, this topic. Why the decline in popularity for performance working dogs? Okay. Now, the main one, probably the ultimate, and I'm sure, Joy, you know which breed I'm going to reference to, once I break this down, but the ultimate working dog, pound for pound working dog, okay? The American Pit Bull Terrier, right? Used to be America's dog, right? Was very popular at one point in time. Now it's the bastard of dogs, right? Is being banned here and banned there, right? So I want to be specific about this topic here. Why the decline in popularity for performance dogs? Because back when the American Pit Bull Terrier was popular, it was based off of the dog's performance, right? And breeders bred them dogs not for looks. They bred them dogs specifically for performance. And that was a very hard task for a breeder to do at that time, because you also had to test your dog's performance. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to popularity, the American Pit Bull Terrier was popular at one point because you could have a performance dog that you can test to see if it really did perform. And not only that, they were very loyal. They also had a look, an athletic look, So when you're dealing with a performance dog, the dog that has the muscles, the dogs that has that physique and the structure and the beautiful lines and angulations, those dogs become very appealing to the eye when you talk about performance, right? With a German Shepherd, for example, because of his fur, his coat, right, you can't really see its muscle tone, even though it does have muscle tone, right? You just can't see it. It doesn't pop. But with the pit bull, you've seen all the muscles on that dog, and then its ability to do its job was something that was very appealing to the masses at that time. People all over the world love the pit bull terrier. Now, because of where that breed ended up, from where it started to where it ended, is its demise, right? Its decline. And at the time when it was popular, the performance pit bulls, now we're talking about performance dogs, making performance dogs great again. Okay. Why the decline in popularity for performance working dogs, specifically the pit bull? Now, when you breed these dogs for performance and you test them, but you're testing them in a way to where you're making them what I would call a one-trick pony. And what I mean by a one-trick pony, you're specifically breeding that dog for pit work or fighting in a pit. Now, over time, the thrill of it is like, how we used to be in school and, there'll be a fight and everybody gravitate toward the fight. Oh, fight. Everybody want to see it, ooh, ah, right? Same thing with that, with those pit dogs. You got a dog. I got a dog. My dog looks like an athlete. Yours might look like an athlete. Your dog is tough. My dog is tough. My dog was bred to perform. Your dog was bred to perform. Right. And then, we set a match, a date and a wait, and we get it in. Okay. Now, that was popular for a period of time based off of, being entertained. Right. And because it was entertaining and people was betting and things of that nature, those dogs, that were performance dogs was fetching a pretty good penny at that time. You know, older dogs was getting good money because at the same time you had a performance dog and you could see what it can do. As long as it can do A, B, and C, which was, be in a pit and perform in a pit at a high level, then, shit, you got a next level, a good dog, right? A good working dog. Now, times have changed, and it's a good thing because there's a lot, within that community. It's a lot of grimy people involved in it. A lot of good people too, but more grimy people that don't care about those dogs, that's willing to lay down their lives for another man's entertainment, for their owner's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where it became barbaric, and it got, to a point where they banned it. You know what I'm saying? They banned dog fighting. But what I like to emphasize is they were breeding those dogs for performance. Which dog can perform at the highest level? How do I make this dog have the most stamina? How can I make this dog bite the hardest? How can I make this dog have the most heart? How can I make this dog super smart? How can I make this dog agile? All these things was in the breeder's mindset at that time when they were producing these performance level dogs. Okay. Now, if you were able to show this to the public and they seen this dog perform at a high level, then guess what? You're going to get the good money for it. Right. And because that was how you did it in the pit, that's how you got your money. Now, once the pit folded and then, the banning of dog fighting happened and all that stuff, then the demise of the pit bull happened because it went underground and it became, something more taboo, and then people started to get arrested and, the rest is history. Now people are still doing it, which they shouldn't do. They shouldn't do it, but people are still doing it. But at the same time, you're not going to get the money that, you was getting back in the day, because a lot of people don't condone that. And I don't condone it either, even though I have dogs that have high drive and they come from that ancestry. But I don't condone that for my own entertainment, to have my dogs, hurt each other just for my entertainment. I'd rather put them on a hog or something like that, let them do something that's going to be fruitful for us versus just for me. You know what I mean? So once that happened with the pit bull, right? The decline, the no dog fighting, laws, and then the banning of them because they were being put in the wrong people's hands, people who weren't responsible. Now the pit bulls, which aren't bred to bite humans, now they biting and mauling kids and people. Okay. It brought the demise of the pit bull. Okay. Now, I know some OGs that was saying they was getting, ridiculous amount of money for puppies. Ridiculous amount of money for grown dogs that were proven. Okay. Because that was popular back in those days, where the pit bulls were those working dogs, was those strong dogs. Everybody wanted to have one in their backyard. I know I did. I'm sure a lot of you have too. Maybe you've had one, but I know I was fascinated early bird. I can remember me being fascinated with pit bulls in the third grade, just off the look. I didn't even know what they did. I just saw the look of the dog, like, wow, that dog looked like a bodybuilder. That dog is muscled up. I look at the head on, just the aesthetics of it looked like an athlete. See what I'm saying? So because the use of the pit bull was no longer for the fighting, it brought a decline to that dog, the popularity, even though people are still using them to this day. I still use them. The pit bulls in the American Bully, the pit bulls is in the Bandogs. I mean, the pit bulls are damn near in every damn performance dog recipe on the low if you want to keep it real. You might want to be real about what you got in there. Maybe you might not. But the pit bull, is still the ultimate performance working dog in the world, pound for pound. Still is. But you're not going to get the money for it. You see what I'm saying? You're not getting top dollar unless you got some time in. People know you got the good genetics. People know you got some rare stuff that they need for their program. So they'll pay you, but they're not going to pay you like these exotic dogs are. They're not going to pay you like that. Most guys who want pit bulls, they want that working man price. You feel what I'm saying? And that ain't going to work when it comes to performance genetics. But, hey, that's the sign of the times, right? Okay, why the decline in popularity? Because people don't want to pay for that. They're not using those type of dogs. You see what I'm saying? They're not using performance dogs like that where they want to pay for it. Okay, so let's carry on to the next topic. Okay, shout out to, all you guys that just came in. Much love and respect. Today's topic is make performance dogs great again. And we just going through a few different topics, breaking everything down, and then we'll have a question and answer afterwards. But just kind of sit down and or if you're working, man, just put your headphones on and listen. We're gonna navigate through this, man. We're gonna navigate through this. All right, so let me go to the next topic here. Okay, as you see below on a ticker right here, it says how Bandogs can be the new designer performance dogs. Okay, how Bandogs can be the new designer performance dogs. Now, this is what got me excited. Well, we got the hey man, what's up with you, man? Let me see what you at. Y'all with y'all damn names and stuff. Let me make sure I don't want to slaughter y'all's names. What's that? Young Ready 109 Q GTM. What's good with you, family? Welcome, man. Welcome. Let's see here. All right, so let me go ahead into this topic right here. Okay, so how Bandogs can be the new designer performance dogs. Now, okay, watch this. You have the American Bully. You have Labradoodles. You have these new French Bulldogs, which what I mean by new French Bulldogs, not the standard regular ones that from the AKC standard. We talking about the ones with all the colors, the ones with all the different structures, the ones with the different fur lengths from fluffy to, y'all know what I'm talking about. Then we got the exotic dogs. Okay. So those are designer dogs. Okay. Now with Bandogs, see, this is where we can have a designer performance dog because we can be truthful about the genetic recipes that we cooking, that we mixing up to make these dogs perform at a high level when it comes to personal and property protection work. Okay. So that will be a designer dog, right? Because that's all these other individuals are doing when they create these Labradoodles and all these different variations of designer type dogs. They're mixing dogs and they're creating something new that people are gravitating towards because people do like things that are new. I know I like things that are new, right? So when you can create a new dog that appeals to the eyes, because that's where people are attracted first from what they see visually, right? Then, you can bring people to what you're producing, whatever that is, right? Some people might say, oh man, you're making mutts and all this stuff. I'm sure when they was making the labradoodle, they had them haters who held own labs. Oh, what are you doing? The haters that had um what's those poodles, excuse me, oh man, you're making mutts. I'm sure they was hating. I mean, now look at the labradoodles. They getting big bread for them labradoodles, man. So, because it brought something that was different to the table, you know what I mean? That people like different. As long as it's appealing, people like different. So, with performance dogs, it's a little bit, it's harder for you to get people to respect what they don't see, right? And what I mean by that with performance dogs, right? Like, for example, I have a French bulldog. I have a couple French bulldogs, but I have a French bulldog that will fuck a bite sleeve up, man. I mean, will work a bite sleeve like it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Like really work it like it, like you trained it to do the bite work, because he just loves to bite stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, would I use him for protection? I mean, of course not, right? But I can make him hit that bite sleeve like a champ. Like if he was a bigger dog, you'd be like, oh man, that dog can bite. Okay, that's cool. But at the same time, see, when you're doing bite work like that, that's like more fine tuning of a dog that should already know to bite, right? It's more tuning up, you know what I mean? Like I said, fine tuning something that's already should be tuned genetically. You know what I'm saying? So when you show a performance dog biting, that's cool. You know what I mean? I have nothing against that. That's cool when it's doing bite work. That's cool. But, that's not really going to attract the masses to really want to buy that dog just because it's biting sleeves and, doing bite work. It's not really attractive in that way. For us working men, we can respect it, but it's not attractive to the masses, right? Because we want to, like I said, the topic is how band dogs can be the new designer performance dogs, right? So when it comes to designer, we need to have the aesthetics, the visual of the dogs, okay, that's appealing first. That dog need to look like it can fuck something up. That dog need to look like it'll bite the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? First, like, oh man, look at that dog. That dog, oh my God. I need that dog to protect my house. I need that dog to protect my family. I need that dog to protect my livestock. I need, like you see it and it says it by what you see, not me, having it bite the sleeve and, doing all that stuff. That's, like I said, fine tuning. That's a part of it when you want to hone in that dog's biting skill. You do that. But when you want it to appeal, it need to visually tell you that, you know what, that dog is going to fuck something. That dog looks stronger than, man, I wouldn't walk up on that dog. It needs to have that appeal. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to designer performance dogs, you got to have the visual appeal, just like we talked about with the labradoodles. Okay. When I mentioned those French bulldogs that, has the fluff and has the colors. That's the visuals that you see. Those freaky looking exotic dogs, super small, crazy, bold out fronts, big old, that appeal. That's going to bring and draw people to band dogs if we make sure that they have the appeal necessary, right? Okay. So with band dogs, we're able to do that because if you understand your dogs that you're putting in your recipe, you can gauge which dogs are going to give you the aesthetic look when you mix them. Now, not every dog breed mixes well with each other. You understand what I'm saying? Not every time you think of a dog that is, oh, this dog's cool and that dog's cool, I'm gonna breed it. You breed them together. The dogs that come out of that, the production that come out of that, might not necessarily mix well visually. it might perform well the way you projected it to do based off of the breeds, right? But visually, like, you're like, damn, I missed it. You know what I mean? Like, uh, that's something that is you have to be aware of. You know what I mean? Shout out to James, man. Big salute to you, James. Welcome back, man. Let's see. I get a question. Complimenting about my dog when I take him out. Salute. Hey, James, one of my customers, man. Salute to you, James. Bought my, I think that's my second edition. Yes, my second edition because I bred my boy AK-47 Joy. Remember I talked about AK-47 Joy? So my boy AK-47, I bred him to my Neapolitan Mastiff, German Boxer, American Bulldog, Game Pit Bull Cross, Bandog, right? High performance Bandog. I bred him first to Silver Bullet. I got three puppies, two males, but the two males died shortly. They died like a day after they was born. And that's because of the mom, you know what I'm saying? Like Silver Bullet is something else, you know what I'm saying? She's very high strung. She wasn't worried about them puppies, you know what I mean? She really didn't care about them puppies, to be honest. So, but anyway, I had one puppy that survived. And I actually put that puppy on my female tigress. You know, I actually took that female from Bullet because she wasn't paying no mind, put it on tigress. But that puppy was already sold because I remember I mentioned that breeding, and that puppy was sold before it even came out. You know what I mean? So I made sure she survived. I was like, oh man, I got to buy her. You know what I mean? I can't have her dead. So I put her on my American Bulldog bitch. She had a litter and she took care of that puppy. But anyway, I had only one. So then I bred AK to Silver Bullet's sister, Nina 9mm, had a whole litter, and my brother James, shout out to James, man. He copped one, and he got a good one over there too, man. He got a real good one. Yes, he do. Okay, young Gretty said AK-47 is fire, my guy. I watched all your videos. Great stuff there. Hey, salute to your family. Yeah, he the real deal, Holyfield, man. He's the real deal. And so many haters, man. But they hate to love a dog like AK. That's why they hate, they hate to love him. Like, because they see him like, man, oh my God, I need that. But man, ain't no such thing as this and then the third. I hear y'all, but there's a such thing now because his name is AK-47 Chopper Ra. You feel me? So salute to y'all, man. Salute to you, James. Welcome back, brother. Appreciate your support. Okay, so how Bandogs can be the new designer performance dogs. That's how. Okay. How is that we can take, if you're good at what you do, and then being that this is, Bandogs isn't a new thing to do when it comes to making dogs. Bandogs have been around since the medieval days. So it's nothing new. But when you're mixing dogs, it is really an art form. You have to have a vision. You have to have an understanding of the breeds you're mixing, and you need to make sure that the aesthetics, the way it looks, is appealing, right? So when you're talking about making Bandogs, the new designer performance dogs, you better make sure it looks good. You feel me? Because if not, you're going to be stuck with some dogs. Trust me, you're going to be stuck with dogs. They don't look good. They look like some Frankenstein shit. You're going to be stuck with them. You feel me? So let's move on to the next topic here. Joy, hey Joy, you hanging in there, fam? You know what I mean? Joy been here since we opened up, man. So salute to all y'all and salute to Joy, man. All right, so let's get the next topic. All right, on the ticker right there, it says, what should be the goal for making performance band dogs, and why should we shoot for that goal? Okay, what should be the goal for making performance band dogs, and why should we shoot for that goal? Okay, so the goal should be to make a working performance. Remember, performance being at a level, a high level, when I say performance, okay, to make a working performance personal and property protection dog that not only performs good, but looks as good as it performs. You understand? That should be our goal when it comes to these band dogs. Okay. And why should we shoot for that? Well, I mean, if you got a dog that performs at a high level and looks as good as it performs, then you're going to have no problem selling them dogs if that's what you do. If you breed them to, of course, make something for yourself, but also to offer it to the public as a business, and them dogs look a certain type of way and they perform the way they look, then you're not going to have any problem getting the money that you ask for those dogs. So with these band dogs, we have the ability to ooh and ah your future clientele with the breeds that you decide to put in it. You know what I mean? The breeds that you decide to cook up in those band dogs, you get to ooh and ah your consumer because they might like, a couple of those breeds that you mentioned, just the breed itself. They might like those two breeds. And let's say you have 3 breeds in your band dog. And like, oh, I could imagine what that would be. And then, of course, if you cooked it up and it looked the way they imagined, or even better, then now you got the appeal. Now you got their eye, and now you got their interest. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, if the dog performs the way it looks based off of those breeds, now it's like the icing on the cake too. They got a dog that's gonna get the ooh and ahs and all the stuff that you want when you have a nice dog that you spend some, decent money on. And then you let it, do what it do, and it's like ooh and an ah, and people when they see it do what it do, that's what we want, right? That's what we want as breeders. At least I'm gonna speak for myself. That's what I want as a breeder. I want my brother James, who spent his hard-earned money on his dog, who knew specifically what he wanted, to get his dog, bond with his dog, build that rapport with his dog, watch his dog grow and develop, being ooh and ah of his dog like I was of his father, like I was of his dog's mother as they grew, and I saw them develop, and I'm like ooh and ah as they develop, and then I see them get comfortable and confident in their working abilities, and I'm like, wow, I'm not even able to showcase fully what these dogs can do because, if I did, then they will be banning me. If I let my dogs do what they were bred to do, I would get banned if I showed it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're able to know that your dog can give it 110% in everything and do it with ease and then look like it, prance around like it's one, like when the horse is confident, or even with the dogs, I got a lot of dogs. So when my dogs is confident, they'll prance around, you'll see a prance and then they walk, they kind of prance. It's, the tail's up, they prancing. That's confidence. You see that, you're like, oh man, that's a damn dog. In football, right? I don't know if y'all paying attention to Dion and stuff like that with Colorado and stuff like that, but he always mentioning, his boys being a dog. That's like a football term when you go, when you go all out, you a dog. When you hardcore, you the top of, the top tier, you a dog. Same thing, man, when you got these dogs and they really out there and they really about that action. Not only that, they smart and intelligent. They're intelligent. They have awareness. Okay. They don't always have to be on kill mode. They can be a loving companion and then can be a killer too. That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want. So when it comes to making these performance band dogs, right? What should we shoot for? The dog has to look as good as it performs. That's hard. I'm going to let y'all know that takes years of it. Years of trial and error. Now, I told you guys on a previous episode that I was blessed enough to tap into another breeder's recipe who already cut off, probably shaved half of my time. Okay. And if you guys are into band dogs, you better tap into a breeder that has genetics that will shave off your time too. Because if not, you got to start from scratch. And that's very hard to do. You got to start from $1 to $2, $2 to $3. Then, you got to breed those, and, you got to do some line breeding. You got to do some inbreeding. You might have to do an outcross. It's a lot of work. It's going to take you years. You see what I'm saying? It's going to take years for you to finally get that dog that's going to have that visual appeal and performance appeal. It's going to take a long time. So if you're able, let's say you want to breed band dogs, and you're able to, do your research and see these different band dog breeders and these different band dogs, and you're like, oh, I like that mix, and oh, I like the way that dog looks, and you're starting to gauge and get your visuals going, and you're understanding the recipes in the dogs, and then you see something that you like that you can start with, buy into someone who's already did most of the work for you. So all you got to do is add your twist to it. You know what I mean? It's like you buying a Corvette, right? And let's say you get the ZR1, you get the best of the best. Oh, all you got to do is maybe take it to the, it's already fast, but maybe you want to get it tuned up, and if it's at 750 horsepower, you want to take it to 1,000. So you just go ahead and buy that. The manufacturer did most of the work for you. Then you go to the tune-up shop. You add maybe a bigger supercharger, and you might tweak it here, and you like the rims, but I want to do some more. I want to do a different rim and add a different tire. See, that's all you would have to do if you tapped into a breeder that already had, the recipe down for you, that all you had to do is add to it. And that's what I was able to do when it came to my band dogs. I just added what I needed to add it to it, which already propelled me way ahead of most people that's doing band dogs, because I have the structure that I wanted based off of what the band dog breeder before me already established. All I wanted to do was change the performance of that, tweak out the functionality part of the frame. That's all I wanted to do. And that's all I have to do. I don't have to do nothing else. I love the platform that the breeder blessed me with. Their hard work. I love the platform. I bought that platform. You see what I'm saying? I bought those genetics already established for me. So now I know my dog's going to look a certain type of way, and it's going to have already a certain level of drive. Now, all I got to do is fine tune that drive, fine tune the platform, and then I'm off to the races. You know what I'm saying? I'm already there. So hopefully you guys understand what I mean. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys get it. And so let's tap into the next topic, man. Okay, so the next topic is going to be how to make an exotic performance band dog that will sell for top dollar like exotic designer dogs do. Okay. And then I'm just going to piggyback off of what I've already said pretty much. And you have to have visual appeal. If your dog doesn't look like an athlete, a top tier athlete, it might be an athlete, but if it doesn't look like a top tier athlete and you're selling it like one, it's going to be harder for you to sell that dog for a top dollar. Now, a lot of the Mastiff breeds, right? They're very big dogs. And people like big dogs, right? There's a market for really big, really heavy dogs. Now, when it comes to performance dogs, big and heavy is not a good play. When you think about performance cars, performance bikes, performance boats, anything performance, planes, they're not heavy. They're strong as far as, frame wise, but they're not heavy, right? Right? They're not. And the reason why is because it affects performance. So when you're dealing with a dog that's already a mastiff type, like a Bandog, you have these 150, plus 130-pound plus type dogs that you want to perform at a high level. In reality, do you think that dog is going to be able to perform at a high level? We're talking about at a high level performance. We're not talking regular working, because those dogs can work, but we're talking about at a high level. You think that dog is going to be able to perform at a high level with all that weight? No, 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 and no. So when you're doing these Bandogs, you have to think about that. Heavier don't mean better. I'm just letting you know that right now. We're talking about performance now. We're not just talking about, look, oh, that dog is huge. Oh, I'm scared. No, we're not talking about huge and scared. We're talking about, man, that dog will hunt me down. That dog will outrun me. That dog will outrun the prey. That dog has stamina. That dog is not going to have hip dysplasia. That dog's not going to have, is not going to, all those things that can happen, joint problems, shortness of breath because the stamina is weak. Like all these things come into play when you're putting these big dogs together. So you have to understand, when you're putting these dogs together that perform at a high level, they need to be big enough to do the job at a high level. See what I'm saying? So if you put a dog together that's frame looks like it's a big dog, but in reality, that dog, you might look at the dog like, damn, is that a 100-pound dog? No, the dog's 85 pounds. What? Because the frame of the dog makes it look like it's 100 pounds because, it's sturdier, maybe a little bit wider. Maybe the bone set is a little bit bigger. Maybe the muscle a little bit broader makes you think that it's, weighs more, but it really doesn't. It's kind of like how when you're into weightlifting and stuff like that, and, you shred the body fat and you maintain your weight based off of the muscle, right? And with these working dogs, you don't want bulky muscle. You want working muscle because, the dog needs to be fluid in its ability to work. It doesn't need to be stiff. You know what I mean? So we have to make sure that when you put these dogs together, that when you're selling a performance dog that is big enough to do what it's bred to do, which might be take down prey, maybe take down a man, whatever you want that dog to do, is big enough to be able to do those things, but at the same time, light enough, durable enough to do it at a high level. And then not only that, if you want them to sell, okay, that dog needs to look like an athlete. It needs to look like an athlete. These mastiff dogs, most of them don't look like athletes. They just look like big dogs. Like really, they just look like big dogs. I mean, where's the athlete at? You know what I mean? If you was a guy that was determined to get away from them big ass mastiffs, you could get away from them dogs. You know what I mean? Them dogs is probably going to tire out. If you determine not to get bit, you can get away from those. You're not getting away from no Malinois. You see what I'm saying? You're not getting away from no German Shepherd. You see what I'm saying? Those dogs ain't mastiff. So with the Bandogs, you have to keep that in mind, that if you're trying to sell a top tier performance exotic Bandog, it has to have visual appeal. It needs to look like a well-conditioned athlete. It needs to be big enough, but then light enough to be able to do the work at a high level. Okay. We're not talking about colors now. Okay. Don't you dare. I'm telling you, any Bandog breeder out there, if you breeding Bandogs, so you trying to put colors on Bandogs like how they do on the bullies and all these other dogs, man, get out the Bandog world. I'm telling you that right now. It's all performance over here with these Bandogs. Do not taint these band dogs. Like, oh, I got the Merle's band dogs. Don't do that. Don't do that to these band dogs, because it's hard enough for us breeders to make these dogs perform and look like performance dogs. It's hard enough to do that. Who cares about what color they are? They could be any color as long as they perform at a high fucking level. So if you, as a band dog breeder, I'm going to come through and I'm going to sell my dogs for high prices. I'm going to have a Merle Cocoa Rainbow band dog. Bro, get the heck out this band dog. Get out of here. Because the band dogs ain't for you. This is for people like myself, people like y'all, who want the ultimate personal and property protection dog. Exotic. Take your favorite dogs that you can take and blend it up in a nice little genetic blender. I'm talking about performance dogs. Put it in a genetic blender and see what you get out of that thing. This is for us. Okay. All that other little lame stuff, the little foo-foo stuff, that's not band dogs. That's not for band. That's not band dogs. You understand what I'm saying? So for you to get top dollar, you got to have that curb appeal, man. It needs to look like a Lambo, man. And it needs to look like an exotic car, McLaren. It needs to look, you see what I'm saying? It needs to have that look. When I see a sports car that I like, oh man, you get ethered up. You be wanting to spend the money, you don't got it. You see it, you like, damn, that's a sexy car. That's just sexy. That's how your dog should look. Damn, that dog look like it could. Man, that dog look like it could do some damage. Damn, that dog looks stronger than mom. Like that should be in your mind when you see it. Like, wow. You know what I mean? That dog look like it can work. And then when you see it work, oh, you clapping your hands, you stomping your feet, you praising the Lord right there. Like, oh man, I found my dog. Oh yes, I found my dog. How much? How much? And then what's good about us band dog breeders, right, is that the consumer, if they respect what you got, they can't shop you. They can't go to the next band dog breeder and get the same genetic recipe that you got, the same looking dog that you have, unless that person bought the exact recipe from you and got your recipe, which is more than likely not going to happen. So if that person is ethered up about yours, just how it is with cars, right? Car brands. You're looking at the Porsche and you're looking at the Ferrari. They're two different cars. Even though they're sports car, they're two different cars. So, you really like the Ferrari's lines, but you like how fast that Porsche is. You like, you fighting between yourself. Like, oh man, I like the Porsche, the Ferrari, the Porsche. You can't shop Ferrari for another Ferrari because it's Ferrari. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with these band dogs. You see what I'm saying? That's the beauty of what we got going on. Us band dog breeders, is that when you create this dog that has that complete package, the visual and the performance package all in one, the consumer is going to be like, well, damn, the only person I can get it from is the coach, is the dog guy. That dog. I can go get them other ones, but I don't like those. They're cool, but they not the coaches. They not the dog guys. Yeah, they got some nice little lines on them, but they not as, them lines ain't as sexy and as aggressive as the coaches and the dog guy. You see what I'm saying? Now, guess what? It becomes a supply and demand issue. Now you're dealing with your litter selling out because people want that look that you only have. Now, when your litters are selling out, guess what? When you do the next one, the price goes up. People will respect it because they know, man, I really wanted to get off the last one, but they sold out. So, man, I really want that, man. Put me down for the. And prime example, I'm a witness to this. I'm only speaking on my behalf, but I'm making it in general so that, all of us who are in tune with these dogs can understand. But I'm speaking on my behalf because I can only speak from my experience. You know what I mean? I gave intro level pricing to all the people who've bought dogs from me. I spent way more than what they spent on my dogs, on all my dogs. Way more. Way more. But you know what? I already knew what I was doing. I had a plan of action. I'm getting my dogs out there. I bless people, let them get them. Let them enjoy them. I get testimony from people like James and my other clients. They buy more than one dog from me. They can send me referrals. Then I do another litter. Let's say I'll do a repeat litter of a litter that sold very well. Guess what? Now I'm getting, people who are putting deposits down before the puppies are ready because they remember the last litter. See what I'm saying? That they missed out on. So it's all a part of getting to a point where I can sell my performance dog, not something that just looks cool. Oh, look at that little color. Look at that cool color. That dog is, the dog ain't working. That dog ain't healthy, but it's got a cute, it's a cool color. You know what I'm saying? It's got a cute coat. That's not what we doing over here with these band dogs. These dogs look good and they perform good. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to be healthy because they're performance dogs, right? You work them, just like if you was, not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be healthy, right? You got a dog that wants to work. You're not working your dog's not going to be healthy because you're not working it. This dog is meant to work. Whether it's taking it out, whether it's playing fetch with it, whatever you're doing with the dog, you want to do some bite work with it, you want to do whatever, the dog should be used for what it's bred for. And people nowadays, especially in today's time, they need something that is going to protect their family, that's going to be a deterrent for people who want to do them harm, who want to go and steal. The world is crazy. We know the world is crazy. And people don't have no shame in doing crime. So with the band dogs, we have an opportunity to really push a wave and be eventually at the top of it, because those people that have those foo-foo dogs, those exotic, dogs that can't do anything other than look a certain type of way, or they got the little Frenchies that they spent top tier dollars on, or they got the little Labradoodle, cute Labradoodle, they're going to need something to protect them dogs too. Not only the family, but protect them dogs. And, people like things that are different. People like dogs that are exotic. That's why those exotic guys is getting, 20, 30, 15, crazy amount of money for those dogs. Those dogs don't do nothing but look a certain way. There's nothing against those breeders, because I don't hate on nobody. So whatever they're doing, I respect them. But at the same time, they're getting top dollar for a look. The dog can't do nothing. Them dogs don't live that long either. They're just getting for a look. They're going to pay for that for a look. So why should we not be able to get that for our performance dogs, our band dogs, when we can cook up these next level breeds that are working protection breeds, and you have an eye for it, and you can make those mixes look like wow, right? Make the mix that you do when you say those mixes, let's say you got 3 mixes, you got 4, and they look like wow. People like wow. Okay, now we getting somewhere, So later on down the line, when I perfect my craft, and I got selective breedings that I'm doing, and my demand is up, and I might want to say, you know what, man, this breeding this took me a while, and I made it look like this, perform like this. I done sold out all these damn dogs, and I got a high demand, bro. I mean, I got people bidding for the damn dog, so I need $10,000 a puppy for this one, because you ain't gonna get it nowhere else. And guess what's gonna happen? Guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna pay for that, because they already know. They've been following, they've been watching, they've been wanting, they see it. They know they can't shop it nowhere else. They can't go nowhere else for that dog. Like, Coach, I know you're the only one that got that dog. Okay? You the only one that I know that has that type of dog. People got band dogs, but they don't got band dogs like yours. And I want one like yours. So what I got to do? I've been waiting, and I missed the last 3. I've been saving up. I already talked to my wife. We already, we've been stacking up. We need that. We need that. I need that for my property. I got me a nice little house. I got my kids. I got some nice stuff I want to protect. I need one of those right now. I need that, man. How much? 10,000? Put me down deposit. See, that's what's going to happen. So that's how we going to make performance dogs great again, right? You got to make sure that we appeal to the visuals, the visual, they see what they see. It's got to look like a damn bodybuilder. It's got to look like an athlete. It's got to have the flares, just think of a sports car. It's got to have those flares because, the sports cars, they got those flares, you know what I mean? You might got the little wide rears, got the offset, it's got the spoilers, it's got the flares. It's low to the, it's got the little low to the profile, it's got the aggressive look, but still sexy. You got to have that appeal. You follow what I'm saying? Okay. So that's how we can make that, how we can make exotic band dogs, exotic performance band dogs at that, what I'm saying, sell for top tier dollars. Okay. And I'm personally on that mission to do that. I done put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into these dogs. James follow me. Joy, you follow me. I'm sure a few of you guys follow me. You know what I mean? Y'all see the work I put in, man. It's a lot of sacrifice, man. No days off, no days off. But it's a passion of mine. It's a passion of mine. This is my art. I have a gift when it comes to dogs. I have a gift when it comes to putting together these genetic recipes, knowing which dogs to take into which dogs that's going to get me a certain type of result. I know how to present my dogs in a way to where people can see them and be like, oh, them dogs perform. I know how to present them presentation to where you see the dog like, oh, that dog work. You see what I'm saying? So then when it comes down to it, the end result should be, for me, I'm speaking for myself, the end result should be what I envisioned it to be if I put together the formula, I get the genetics, okay? I take my time, I put them together, and based off of those particular dogs that I'm using, mathematically, genetically, I should get a variation of the two plus what's behind it. And based off of that, that should tell me what I'm going to get. Okay. And I leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? That's a gift of mine. I leave it at that. Now, when you get a dog from me, like I told James and I tell all my clients, okay, it's up to you to take that puppy. That puppy is like a newborn baby. It does not have anything in its mind, other than what it's witnessed for its short period of life, whatever, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 6 months. It only has that in its brain imprint. As it matures, the dog's brain matures and then either leans onto its own devices or whatever his brain tells him to do naturally, or it programs to you. And I tell all my clients, program your dog to you, okay? Input you into that dog. Once you do that, man, and I have multiple dogs, and I don't have time to give them all individual attention. Even though I give them their yard time, I don't have the time that someone that has one dog or two dog has as far as individual attention. And with what I deal with and what I witness with my dogs is that because dogs are pack animals, they know that I'm the alpha. Everybody respects me as an alpha. So then everybody feeds off each other. You see what I'm saying? They feed off each other. So because they're trying to please me, everyone wants to please me. Because they're trying to show out for me, then all the other ones want to show out for me. Because that's the alpha, that's the alpha. Oh, he's the alpha. Whatever the dogs is communicating, how they communicate, they let the other dogs know. Okay, so I don't necessarily have to go to each one of my dogs and imprint myself into them. The other dogs teach them. They teach each other. Oh, that's the alpha. This is how we act. Okay. Oh, I'm in competition for his attention. Oh, you're in competition for his attention. Oh, this is what you're doing. Oh, he's talking. Oh, he's petting you. Okay, I want to do the same thing. The dogs teach each other. You see what I'm saying? So the same thing with you guys. When you get a dog from me, okay, I'm Mr. Frames, Brains, and Motors. Okay, I build dogs with the best functional performance frames. That's my goal. It's a goal of mine. The best functional performance brains. Okay, that's the intelligence and the on-off switch. Okay, got to have on-off switch when you got people or dogs that can do some damage, that can kill. You got to have an on-off switch. You got to have a dog that's aware too, knows itself. Like, hey, is it time? Hey, it's not time. Okay, and then the motors is the drive. You understand what I'm saying? The drive. I make sure I put the drive in my dogs. So those three things is what's important to me. Okay. And that motherfucker better look good. You know, just like my brother James says, man, he out there, people see his dog, and his dog is still a puppy. You know, it's kind of like how when I got AK, James, it's like when I got AK, James. He looked like a hound dog when I got him, but I didn't care because I bought AK for the genetics. See, when I picked AK out, James, I had a black dog because people like color, right? And I told the guy named Simon, the breeder, his name is Simon. I told Simon, I don't care, because he was trying to push me on the black dog. I was like, I don't care about color, Simon. I'm frames, brains, and motors. I told that boy off the jump, I'm frames, brains, and motors, man. I don't care about no color. That dog could be purple. I don't care. You know, I told Strip, I need to see the structure of the dog, stack them up. I had them stack. It was 4 dogs, but I narrowed it down to 2 dogs. So I was looking for the dog with the longest legs. I was looking for the dog with the longest legs. So there was 2 dogs. There was a black one, and then there was AK. I said, stand them up. So I had them stand AK up, side shot, and then front shot. Okay, that's all I want them to do, to stand them up, because I want the longest legs. So AK stood up, boom, 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 side shot. Okay, I saw that. Okay, front shot, I saw that. Then the other dog, boom. So they were close in height. But when he did AK from the front shot, I saw how much longer his legs was in the front. And I was like, okay, that's the dog I want right there. And AK looked like a hound dog when I got him. I had to wait 4 months because in the UK, I got him from the UK. You got to wait till they're 4 months old before they get shipped to the US, okay? So I had him imported. So I had to wait till he was 4 months to get him. So when he came to me at 4 months, James, when he came to me at 4 months, the boy looked like a hound dog. He looked like a hound dog. He got the floppy ears. He was long and lanky looking. Looked like a hound dog, but I didn't care. I didn't care. I already knew what I wanted. I already knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted. Genetically, see, because I'm a dog man. It's all parts to me. I knew, okay, that dog's a puppy. He gonna grow and do what he do. And then eventually he grew and he became what he became, a freak of nature. He don't look like no hound dog no more. See what I'm saying? So even with your dog, James, that boy's a puppy, man. Just wait till he, I always tell people 3 years old. You'll see it at 1.5, but 3 years old, man, is when you really see what kind of dog you have. You're like, oh yeah, this is, oh man, I see it, I see it, I see it. And you for sure got something next level. You know what I mean? You for sure, because I'm dealing with his brothers and his sister, and they on some other, they on a whole nother level. Hey, also, if you guys haven't, if you got $19.99 to spare, okay, it's like, I always say it like this. It's like buying the coach, the dog god. I go by 2 names, by the way, y'all. I go by the dog god and I go by the coach. Okay. So it's like buying the dog god lunch a month. Once a month, you buying me lunch, $19.99. Okay. You get my exclusive content, okay, on my Instagram, my subscription. And I do my lab talk where I break down all kind of genetics and all kind of stuff. I do that every week. I do my talking dog shit where we talk everything dogs. I do that every week. And I also do the day in the life of the dog guy, where I let you kind of in behind the scenes and all the shit. And I talk about my pack and all that. I talk about everything. I talk about a lot of stuff. So it's some good exclusive content. If you really want to see some behind the scenes and want to see, how I think about my formulas and genetics and how I, talk dogs, whether it be marketing, conditioning, all that stuff, I got a subscription for that, $19.99. So if you got that to spare, man, on my IG is the Dog God, aka the Coach. Okay, again, it's the Dog God, aka the Coach on IG. I just hit 33,000 subscribers today. followers today. So God is good, and 33 means a lot. You know what I mean? That's that 33rd, and y'all know about them 33rds, right? So I hit that 33rd today, actually. So big salute to all my followers on IG. Much love. But if y'all want some exclusive content, man, tap into that, man. $19.99 a month, man. You get behind the scenes some real good quality content. But I have a little pack experiment that I'm doing with my dogs, and making these males pack up. Kind of how lions, right? Certain dogs that grew up together, that maybe they've been brothers, right? And they get banned, they get pushed out by their father, right? And then they become a pack. They become bonded all the way. You know what I'm saying? So I figured out how, and it's been an experiment, man. But I show it on my IG subscription. They get to see how I'm putting this experiment together, and it's not easy, man. I've definitely dealt with some dog fights, but I figured out, that three's a crowd. Don't put three dogs with prey drive together, okay? Because when they have a disagreement, it's always going to be two against one. This is what I'm learning, okay? They all get along, but then when there's a disagreement amongst the pack, it's always two against one. It's not one sits out and two fight, or everybody fight. It's a Royal Rumble. Anybody can get it. No, it's always a two against one play. So that's something that I learned dealing with dogs. And I've had dogs in a pack of three for like a year. And then when, over time, as they mature, their disagreements become, a little bit more serious. And then when it becomes a little bit more serious, it's always one getting jumped. So I'm like, oh, I can't do that no more. That shit don't work. You know what I mean? But I like I said, I break that down on my subscription, in my exclusive content. You know what I mean? So like I said, I like to let you guys in, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like the game I'm giving y'all, like real shit. The game I'm giving y'all is a lot. Oh, look at my family over there, man. Russia. What's good with you, fam? That's my boy right there, man. Hey, salute to you, brother. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everything. I already know. You know what I'm saying? We going to link up in more than one way. You feel me, family? So, man, salute to you, brother. If you missed it, I'm sure you have, because you came a little bit late, but it's all good. Man, hit that rewind button when it's all said and done, and, you're going to get some good content. That's what I'm trying to do, is give it that game out. And that's another thing, fellas. Like, I don't have to do this, but I really feel that there's a need for someone who is showing the truth. What I mean by showing the truth, what it really takes to be a dog man in today's dog man world, right? Like, I could show you the things that I have in front like I got it all off of dogs, because a lot of people do that to make you excited or to make you follow them. They show you things, material things that they say and claim that they get from these dogs, right? They show you money that they claim that they got from these dogs. And it's not always true. But you know what the coach shows you, what the dog guy shows you? I show you nothing but the work, and more work. I show you the blood, sweat, and tears, and the blood, sweat, and dog shit. I tell you the truth about it, because I'm a player coach. I'm in the field with y'all. But I can come out here and tell y'all and give y'all some game too, because I got a lot of experience in the field. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here one-man banding it, doing it all with a couple assistants. Shout out to my wife. You know what I mean? My pops come through every now and then, once a year, comes through and help me out. He actually helped me out. This past week, man, came through for a couple of weeks, helped me put up some kennels and stuff like that. So salute to my pops, man. But at the same time, it's just me, man. You know what I mean? My wife just comes through and plays assistant. If I needed to handle some paperwork, if I needed to call my shipper, I needed to help me with, whelping some puppies and stuff like that, she do that. But other than that, it's all me. So I give y'all the raw and uncut when it comes to these dogs. You know what I'm saying? I get real when it comes to these dogs because I don't want to sugarcoat this shit because it's easy to do and make y'all. I can have so many followers if I showed you some material stuff in front to y'all like it all came off the dogs. If I put AK in front of my Harley Davidson, that's very nice. If I put AK in front of my car, that's very nice. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that you see on Instagram and all, the fronting, the fronting. That's not what it's really like being a dog, man. I'm just let you know that. It's not like that. Not for me. It's about picking up dog shit, piss, dealing with dogs that's sick, dealing with dogs that fight, vet bills, dog food bills, marketing every day. I mean, money being spent. I mean, dogs dying. I mean, I can go on and on about the real about it. But see, that's what I show y'all. I show y'all the work, and more work 3 times. But see, guess what y'all gonna learn though? Y'all gonna learn the truth, and y'all gonna get some real game and some real knowledge from somebody who's really doing it. And if you are wise, and if you really into these dogs, y'all, if you wise, you're gonna follow it. You're gonna follow what you see the coach doing. Okay. Not just what I'm telling y'all, but what you see I'm doing. Because as I elevate and y'all watch me from the beginning and y'all see, oh man, the coach keep climbing, he keep climbing, he keep climbing. I remember when the coach's dogs only cost this much. Now his dogs cost that much. I remember his dogs look like this. Now they look like that. I remember his dogs perform to this level. Now his dog perform at that. Y'all gonna see that. Because that's what I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all how it really is, what it really takes to be a dog man at a high level. Okay, you got to have direction, man. You got to have a work ethic. You know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid to step outside the box. Can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to spend money if you're trying to really do these dogs. I'm just telling you all that. Not only telling you, but I'm showing you. So I salute every single one of y'all that showed up this evening. I salute all y'all who follow me on both platforms, whether it be YouTube or whether it be IG. You know what I mean? I salute all y'all. I appreciate all you guys. Man, I'm telling y'all, it's been a grind. I ain't gonna front, man. It's been a grind. Years of sacrifice, man. I don't go on vacations. I don't have no days off. I'm just engulfed in dogs. My wife, you have a wife and stuff like that. She don't like the fact that we got to deal with dogs all the time, but she just supports me. That's just a good wife. But at the same time, she don't like that shit. See what I'm saying? But this is something that I have a passion for. And I'm sharing it with you guys. I'm sharing you the knowledge and showing you the journey. And hoping if you are in tune with these dogs and you are in tune with band dogs and dogs that are performance dogs, then, you put on your headphones, whether you're working, whatever you're doing, man, and you can just listen to the game I'm giving. And then if you into these dogs, you apply it. You apply what I'm telling y'all. Apply it. You know what I'm saying? And, we're going to evolve each episode. This is just the beginning. We're going to evolve with more and more information. And this right here is going to help people who are in tune with these type of dogs level up. Because I guarantee you, I'm going to level up. I guarantee you that. Watch it. That's why this is Dog God TV. Watch it, listen to it, watch it, watch the work, watch the progression in the dogs. Yes, Rush, sacrifice, growth, all that plays, man. You know what I mean? Like all of it plays. But we just got to just stay focused. I'm gonna say we because I know all y'all probably have the same mental mindset as me. We got to stay focused and just stay working. But also you got to have a vision. You know what I mean? You got to have direction. You got to have a vision and direction, and you got to stick to it. You got to stick to it. Regardless of what everybody else is doing, you got to stick to it. And another thing too, before I close out, When you're different, it's going to be a longer road because it's the less road traveled, if that makes sense. It's going to be a longer journey for you to accomplish your ultimate goal. Okay, because you're not following the fads and the trends. However, when you finally get there, guess what? You the one. You the one. You are the one. You the pioneer. You become like someone like George. Okay. I don't know if you guys know who George is. I don't know his last name, but I know he had that dog Miyagi. He's kind of like the pioneer of that exotic movement. Okay. You become like him. You know, that man's a millionaire off of them damn dogs. See? You become like that what's that female name? Her name is Cat from Bossy Kennels. You know she had help from her previous I think her previous boyfriend or maybe spouse or whatever. I think they were a team at one point. But I mean, they started a trend with these XLs, and then now she got the trend with the colorful XLs, and she's a pioneer of that shit. Now look at her. She's a millionaire off of them damn dogs. See what I'm saying? And all the other ones who created their own lane. Like, don't be afraid, y'all, to create your own lane. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid. Now, it's going to take some time, but it will eventually pay off. But you got to have foresight, though, in what you do. You can't just be freestyling the shit either. Don't be over there like, oh, I want to make a, don't lie to yourself when you put together your ideas and stuff. Because if you do that, then, you just beating a dead horse, they call that. You know what I mean? You going higher, giddy up, and that motherfucker dead. They ain't going nowhere. You got to be realistic with your thought process, and it got to make sense. If you're going to do something that's different, it has to make sense, for it to make dollars, right? So, this episode was Make Performance Dogs Great Again. And guess what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because I like a dog that's healthy. I like a dog that want to work. I like a dog that can work till no tomorrow. I love a dog that's going to strive to please me because it wants to work. And me as a responsible breeder, I want to build that dog to be able to do that. Just like if I, like I said, if I was tuning up my ZR1 Corvette, I like those, by the way, them ZR1s, Corvette side, the 2019, I like those, right? If I had one, I would be tuning that. That thing is already a beautiful, fine machine, but I'll be tuning it up, making it even better. That's what we do as breeders. When it comes to performance dogs, we should be putting those genetics together that make our dogs better. That's what we should be doing. It shouldn't just be, oh, should they like rainbow? I'm making a rainbow. Oh, they like purple rainbows? I'm gonna make a purple rainbow if there is even a, like we shouldn't do that. Don't do that when it comes to performance dogs. Make your performance dog perform better. Make your performance dog look more like a performance dog. Okay. Like that should be your appeal. That should be what people will be attracted to you for. When I showcase my dogs, when you look at my dogs, you should say performance, 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 performance. Like you should be like, damn, like work, 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 workers. Like you should say that when you see it. That's my presentation. Then if you were blessed enough to get one and you see it do what it looks like, you like, oh man, you elated. That's how I am when I spend a lot of money on dogs. Okay. I'm elated when I get what I want. Okay. I'm elated when I'm like, oh man. And even when I bought my buff dogs, Red Tiger and Brutus, and this is it. I'm closing out with this, y'all. I promise. Even when I bought Red Tiger and Brutus, I was such a fan. I'm gonna keep it real. A fan of their work visually that even when I was told that the performance was lacking, and what I meant by lacking, I explained it already, but I'll say it. the no on off switch and the overheating. Even when I was told that by the breeder, I told her I didn't care. I want them both because I wanted the frame. Remember, I'm frames, brains, and motors. Remember, it's all pieces for me. Same thing with AK. I wanted the frame. I already had dogs with drive. You know, AK has drive. I already had the dogs with the motors already. I needed those big frames that AK had. I wanted that fucking bodybuilder, muscular frame, freaky neck, big old head, big rears, muscular. I wanted that. So I was like, I don't care. See what I'm saying? I had a plan in mind. Because I was building dogs. All those dogs were genetic pieces for me. That's all those two dogs were. I didn't care. I don't know. Yeah, they blew up. Okay. You know what I mean? I kind of just took it for granted, but I didn't care. Real talk. She told me that stuff, didn't deter me. I was like, I want them both. Both. I'll take them. Don't worry about it. I don't care. Okay. Now, when I bought my bullies, I got cracked over the head. Like real talk. I got cracked over the head when I bought my bullies. 10 grand. Multiple dogs for 10 grand. All because, oh, it's got a color. Oh, it comes from this dog. You know how the bullies go. Oh, it comes from this dog, so you got to pay that. And, the pedigree says this. And, man, I got worked for my bullies. Now, I like what I have, but they weren't worth 10 grand. I'm going to tell you that right now. They weren't worth 10 grand. Okay. AK-47, I paid 12 grand for it. He was worth 12 grand. You know why? Because not only does he look the part, but the dog performs that way. The dog performs the way he looks. I ain't got to worry about him dying on me unless I do something stupid. He's not going to ever overheat. That dog's going to give it his all until his last breath. Okay. And he's going to look amazing doing it. That was worth 12 grand. 12 grand. Give me that. My bullies, no, they weren't worth 10 grand. They sure the fuck wasn't. I'm going to keep it real with you. They wasn't. So, in closing, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to, put it in the chat, you know what I'm saying, about the Make Performance Dogs Great Again. Or if you have any other questions specific, I would definitely answer them. But, make sure y'all tune in. I'm going to try to be consistent. I'm a consistent person. Unless I'm sick or something, and I'll let y'all know that beforehand. But even if I'm sick, I'll probably still be up here. I'm just that type of. I'm a soldier, y'all. I'm just a different individual, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. I'm really about that life. Like Rush says, sacrifice and growth, man. I sacrifice a lot for everything I do. You know what I mean? And I'm an example of it too. I just don't speak it. I live it. So, shoot, even if I'm sick, you might hear Coach over here. I'm still on here doing a live for y'all, man, just to make sure that, I'm giving y'all this game and I'm inspiring those who want to be inspired to put in that work and make, performance dogs great again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely don't mind being a pioneer. I've been a pioneer all my life. So being a pioneer and being by myself, I'm used to it. When I make it a level, then, people catch up. You know what I'm saying? They catch up to it, and that's fine. But at the same time, if I'm going to be by myself, I'll be by myself. I'm used to it. Because not too many people can hold that standard, For those of you guys who have businesses and stuff, you got workers. They don't do the same job level of work that you do. You might pay them to do it. They still don't do it. So, you got to understand. You got to understand that not everybody's you. And that's how I see it in the dogs. Especially the dogs. Like, not everybody's going to be you, coach. Not everybody's going to spend that type of money. Not everybody's going to put that type of effort in their dogs. Not everybody's going to work their dogs like you. Not everybody's going to make sure their dogs look the way your dogs. All the stuff that I do. Not everybody's going to market like you. Not everybody going to put dogs together like you. I get it. But as long as I show y'all what it is, y'all can see it. Y'all can respect it. If y'all got any questions, y'all can ask it. And, like I said, shout out to my boy Rush. You know what I'm saying? He subscribed. So, we got business that we doing. And also he supports me. So anything he got to ask me, I'm there for him. You know what I mean? I'm there for all y'all, but I'm really there for my subscribers because they support me. You feel me? I'm really there. You know what I mean? I go extra hard for my subscribers. You know what I mean? I pay that $19.99. You feel me? So anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming out. I see we don't have any questions. Let's see. Okay, it says Joy says, he says, I'm in Memphis. I've been looking for a Bandog, but couldn't find one, man. Okay, well then, Joy, I'm your man. I got, matter of fact, let me see. Let me put this banner up right here. I'm learning this little StreamYard. Put this damn banner up. What we got over here, man? Check this one out, man. I got something for you, Joy. You read that? You read that right there? I got a Bandog for you, man. I already got 3 lock-ins already. 2 male lock-ins, first and second pick male already gone. Oh, actually, no, I got first, second, and third pick male locked. And then I got first pick female locked. And I have 4 males and 5 females available. Right now, they're about 5 weeks right now. So they still developing. They little guppies. They're still developing right now. But I got some quality dogs. So if you're looking for a Bandog, Joy, you got your dollars and cents together and you serious, I got some good Bandogs for you, man. This litter right here, between AR-15 and Tigers, sold out in 2 weeks when I actually had those pictures done. You know what I mean? I took the pictures, I had them all, nicely done. You know what I mean? And I posted them pictures, man. 2 weeks, they were sold out. That's probably my fastest seller dogs. You know what I mean? It was like 2 weeks. And then even afterwards, they would ask me, you got them dogs? No, they sold. Like, so yeah, if you want a Bandog, that's, some quality right now, I got some Bandogs on the ground right now. So just let me know, man. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you want to do. I got you. I got some stuff cooking up too. I got a few things cooking up. Y'all. I got a few things. I got some performance bullies I did that's gonna be hitting the market. I got my cowboy and tiny litter. I call them my pit bulls on steroids. I got those that's on the ground now. I got a game dog recipe litter that I put together, a brother-sister litter, made brother-sister breeding for those that like super fiery, super game dogs. That old school game dog performance recipe where you take, you do that 3 in, 1 out. You know what I'm saying? Those 3 in breeds and 1 out. That's the performance game dog recipes right there. You know what I'm saying? I got that one. I got some ones about to drop. Probably one about to drop. I got a litter about to drop. When is that? Probably another 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. I got another one going to drop in a month. Man, I got some dogs for y'all. I got some DNA. Like I'll tell y'all, I got some DNA for y'all. So if y'all serious about your dogs, y'all want some next level dogs, I got some stuff for you. So holla at me. Let me know what y'all looking for. I'm sure I got it. But if y'all ain't got no questions, man, we're going to wrap this thing up, man. We're going to wrap this thing up. I appreciate all y'all support again. I appreciate y'all. Respect y'all, man. Chapo and Chief, you already know. It's all love, man. You already know we got business to do. You know what I mean? So I appreciate your support all the way around the board. Joy, I appreciate you. Young Greedy? Young Ready. I'm sorry, family. Y'all with these names, man. If I slaughter your name, don't take offense. Salute to you. James, salute to you. Who else we had up in here, man? YouTube University, salute to you. So yeah, man, every Thursday I'm gonna be on this 6:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If y'all don't make it, it's all good. It could be one person, it could be no person in here. I'm gonna make sure I put it down. I'll have it recorded. Y'all can come back and listen to it later. Get some of this game, man. I'm just gonna, stay supporting, those who support me. and I'm gonna give back to the community, man. But with this knowledge and this game, you know what I'm saying? And then, hopefully y'all can learn from it. But if y'all ain't got no questions, big ups, big salutes, much love and respect, and good night. Good night.